Jai Ho, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. So today we want to try to remember a little bit about the glories of Ganga Devi under the guidance of our Gaudiya Guruvarga. Just before a few weeks there was Ganga Puja, and different kinds of persons from all around India and all around the world came here also to Navadvip Dham to offer their obeisances, to give their respect to Ganga Devi. All the bathing ghats were full of devotees and different kinds of people. So perhaps you have heard about that great king named Saga Maharaj. He was one very influential king, and he had a big kingdom, but he always wanted to expand and expand more, to enjoy more, enjoy more. Because it is always, now we say that the green is always, the grass is always green on the other side. So in this way he thought, because he has seen the opulence of King Indra, and he developed a great desire to live also in such an opulence. And so he found out one procedure which was given in the scriptures, that by performing 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas, then one can attain the post of Indra. So that was his desire, and also he was successful. He started that yagya, and he came up to 99 such yagyas. But then Indra Dev, he became alert, and he was thinking, oh, he really is trying to get my post, so I have to do something. And he went down and stole that horse, and he hid it in the ashram of Kapila Muni. And what is also important to know is that King Saga Maharaj, he had two wives. One wife was, her name was Keshini, and the other wife was Sumati. So Keshini had one son, which was Asamanjasa, and the son of Sumati, I mean, she had 60,000 sons, because it was a mysterious situation. She bear one like a gourd, like a pumpkin with 60,000 seeds inside. And that time one aerial voice came and said she should take all these seeds, put in some earthen pots with ghee, and then after some times those sons will be born from there. So those 60,000 sons. So now when King Saga Maharaj, he came to know that suddenly his horse was stolen, so he engaged all those 60,000 sons to search after that that horse, which was meant for the last offering. But those 60,000 sons, they went north, east, west, south, everywhere, but they could not find it until finally, because of great effort they have given, and they came to the ashram of Kapila Muni, which was actually underground. So they also thought how it is possibly discover this horse in a Muni's ashram. He is supposed to be a sadhu. What a shame, how he can steal our sacrificial horse. And in that way, in their mind, they committed offense, a great aparat to that Muni. So when that Muni opened his eyes, then he incinerated those 60,000 sons, because like fire came out from his eyes. And all those 60,000 sons were burned to ashes, just some piles of ashes one could see. But that is not because of that anger of Kapila Muni. No, it is that own offense which burned them completely. So they have committed such a great offense that this was the reaction. And from that moment, King Saga Maharaj, he tried to deliver those 60,000 sons. But it was very difficult, so he sent also his other son, Asamanjasa, and he tried also his best, but he was not successful. And Asamanjasa had also one son, which was his name Anshuman. Anshuman also had another son, Dilip, but Dilip also could not do it. And finally Dilip's son, which was Bhagirati, he was able to call the celestial Ganga. When Ganga touches the body or these ashes, then those 60,000 sons would be delivered. But there was one problem, that who will bear the weight of Ganga Devi. So in that case, Bhagirati Maharaj prayed to Lord Shiva, who would do this seva of bearing all the weight of Ganga Devi. It is also said, we say in the Ganga Stotram, we sing, Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Tripuvana Tarani Daralatarange, Shankara Maule Nivasini Vimale, Mamamati Rastam Tababata Kamale, Shankara Maule Nivasini Vimale. So Shankara, Shivji, he has Dekan, Ganga on his head. And from there, Ganga would flow and through all different countries, and also come here to Navadvip Dham, where also one incident happened in the ashram of another Muni. His name is Jana Muni. He was sitting there and he had his Achaman cup on one side. And when Ganga came, she just washed away that Achaman cup. So in this way, he also became somehow angry. And what he did, he swallowed all the Ganga in one sip, and the Ganga will just disappear. And Bhagirati, he could no more. He watched back, there's no Ganga. And then he saw this sage and he prayed to him, and finally Janamuni released Ganga. In one kalpa it is said that he released Ganga through the right ear, and in another kalpa it's explained that he released her through the right. So that, and from that moment we know Ganga also as Janava Mata, the daughter of Janam Maharaj, Janamuni. And then from there, Ganga finally would reach its destination, which is nowadays called Ganga Saga. And then all those 60,000 sons were delivered. So in this way, that is the history, what we have heard from our Guru Varga, how Ganga Devi appears in this world. And another thing which is very important also is how we as Gaudiya Vaishnavas can give respect and honor to Ganga Devi in a right way. Because everything depends always on the association. If you have the right association, and surely there's less possibility to commit any offense or aparat. So there was one, because it said, Mahajana yeno gata savanta. So we have to follow those pure devotees, and then according to them, we have to offer our worship and our puja. And in one article in the Harmonist, which is also known as Sajjanatoshani, that magazine or journal which was published first by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and then later onwards, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he continued it. And there different devotees would write articles, and in one of that it was mentioned that Vaishnavas actually, they see Ganga always as worshipable, as a Vaishnavi first of all, because she appeared from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And who is the best example? It is Vaishnavrachi Shambhu. Vaishnavrachi Shambhu, he is carrying Ganga Devi on his head. So you see how much love and respect he is giving to Ganga Devi. And the Harmonist is advising us to take the same steps, that we not see Ganga as our object of enjoyment, rather as a worshipable object. Because many, they just come and use Ganga in one way to just, I have committed this sin and that sin, and then they want to wash away their sins. Actually, for washing away their sins, Vaishnavas never take part in the Ganga, because they know just one semblance or the shadow of the holy name can remove all those sinful activities. So they have full faith and nishta in the holy name. And so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur warns us also, or he says that you look, many they're taking part in the Ganga, but do they really gain the result of taking part in the Ganga? Which would be actually that their original love for the Lord, for Krishna, pure devotion would be awakened. But we don't see that. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that's because of their committing sin and aparad at the lotus feet of Ganga Devi. And he says that actually as electricity cannot be transmitted if there is some insulation on it, also pure bhakti cannot touch them, because that insulation of aparad and offenses is there. So they cannot gain this real result of taking part in the Ganga. And in another place, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also writes one interesting thing, that once there was a scientist and he heard about the glories of the Ganga, especially about the purity, and he wanted to do some research. And he also was very successful. He found out that in Ganga Devi's water, in all the side rivers, there also, all the water would be completely pure, without any contamination. And then when he came back to his country, so his research work was also published in one newspaper, and there it was written that the real glories of Ganga have been discovered. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he warns us that we should not leave the judgment of who is really, or the real glories of Ganga in the hands of those materialistic scientists. Of course it is true that the water is pure, that's fine, but the real glories of the Ganga is something else, so, which is all described in our Vedic scriptures, and that really one can attain love for the Lord, especially here in Navadvip Dham. It's a very powerful place where Mahaprabhu himself took bath. And yes, so when Mahaprabhu had his Navadvip Leela, then he shows also, he teaches us also in a most wonderful way how to give real respect to Ganga Devi. Every day he was going with flowers, nice incense and some offerings, paying prostrated obeisances and praying to Ganga Devi. So that is how we also should approach Ganga Devi. Babaji Maharaj is always warning us, if we go to Ganga, we should go with clean, fresh clothes, we should offer obeisances, full dandavat to Ganga Devi, offer some nice flowers, and then do quick one bath, not that we enjoy just in the water for some hours. No, that's not the way. Very respectful. And in this way there is less chance to commit any offense. And how much also the glories of Ganga Devi is so vast. Srila Advaitacharya also, he call Gauranga Mahaprabhu by just worshipping his Shalagram Shila with Ganga water and Tulsi. Then that as Advaita Astakam it is written, Gangavari Manohari Tulyasyari Manshari Krishna Dhyana Sada Jnana Prema Vari Jarjadi Kripada Karuna Nad Bhavishyati Prarthanam Sitanata Advaita Charanara Vinda Pavanam. So it is said that Advaita Acharya, with so much love and eagerness, he has cried out for Mahaprabhu to appear in this world by offering some Ganga water and Tulsi to his Shalagram Shila. So that's the glory of the holy water of Ganga. What more can we say? And especially we as aspiring followers of the Sarasvat Gaudiya Vaishnavas, also what comes to our mind when we remember Ganga, that how our pure acharyas, they're also like, their Harikatha is also like a stream of the pure Gangas, which is purifying everything. So how sometimes I'm thinking how Srila Babaji Maharaj, he is able that all this nectarian Harikatha is flowing out of his lotus mouth. And sometimes Babaji Maharaj, we see here how he is engaged, like sometimes 4 or 5 Harikathas a day, with each has a duration of 2 hours. So, but it's constantly flowing. Not only this, his whole life is a stream of Harikatha, really in applied form. So we are so happy to have such an firing example in front of us. Yeah, so those Vaishnavas, they shower us with also a stream of Harikatha, which is really the best way to cleanse all our heart. So how is it possible for them to just constantly have such a flow of nectarian Harikatha? The only reason for that can be that they have really pleased their Guru Varga in a most excellent way in this life and in the last lives, so that they have got all the keys for that transcendental ocean, which is now and then appearing on their tongue, and it's just flowing, pure nectar. And we are all blessed, so much blessed by their divine Harikatha, which is actual Harikatha. Actual Harikatha has to come from that plane. So if we on our own strength, we think, yes, we can speak Harikatha, that is not possible, it is something else. Real Harikatha is only appearing on those purified tongues, in those purified hearts of those great, great Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we can only offer our respect and again at their lotus feet and their divine Harikatha. Srila Sadananda Swami, he also said that the pure bhakta is actually like a spring where constantly this divine message, the divine knowledge of God is flowing. And the pure devotee, I mean those devotees with a service-inclined heart, they are like the chalice. They are receiving that transcendental message and drink it. And it is there in Gomukh. That is the place where Ganga appears. So in the same way, the mouth, the lotus mouth of the pure Vaishnava is that place where this transcendental Vani appears in this material world. And Srila Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj also, he says in one of his prayers to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Nirasya Viganniha Bhakti Ganga Pravahana Nottita Sarvaloka Bhagirati Nityadiyam Varam Kim Pavetta Sau Bhaktivinoda Deva. So that as Bhagirath Maharaj has brought the Ganga into this world, also our seventh Goswami, Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has brought that stream, pure stream of transcendental nectar, the pure divine devotion to the Lord. And to have access to this transcendental Vani, it is really only our Sharanagati. The more we can take, it depends on our inclination to serve those Vaishnavas. Like sometimes we see when we offer respect to Ganga Devi, we take one palmful of water in our hands and offer it back to Ganga Devi. It's really a very touching moment, because what we really can give to Ganga, we just take something from her and give it back. So in the same way, I would like to say that also if we have the chance to listen this pure Harikatha, then we also have to put our palms, in that case not our palms, it will be our ears, we have to open them and let enter those message to purify our heart. And so it enters our heart, and then also we can offer something back through our small mouth in whatever capacity we have. We can give back. That's why Babaji Maharaj, he said also, or he is encouraging us that yes, go on hearing Harikatha and try to really realize something. And then also you share with others. So in this way, we ourselves become purified, and also and maybe give chances to others also, so that they can start this process of devotion, of hearing and chanting. Yes, so because really in what we otherwise engaged, we are only talking, having material talkings, material engagements. That is like the quacking of the frog, no? Quack, 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 and it's only attracting the snake of time. So, which we just waste our time with useless material talking. Also, Srila Sukadev Goswami, he says that Shrotta Vyadi Nirajandrani Nam Shanti Sahasrasa Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedinam. That the material people, they have always countless of topics to hear and speak, material topics. So because they are unaware of the real self, they have no idea of Atmagyan, so that's why they are not interested in hearing this transcendental Shabda Brahma, this transcendental sound vibration. And in another place also, our Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, very humbly he expresses his mood of or the desire that this transcendental Chaitanya Vani appears in his heart. He says, Krishna ta kirtana kanatana kalau padho jani brachida sad bhakta valiham sachakramaduba shreni viharaspadam karnana ritvaniya bahatume jiva maru prangane si chaitanya doyani dittavalasal lila shuddha svarduni. So in short, he's in his humble attitude, he's telling that my tongue has become like a desert because of all material talkings. So please let appear that divine message of that Chaitanya Vani, so that my thirst can be quenched, and in this way my dryness will disappear. Yes, so all this we can remember when we next time we go to the Ganga and offer some water back to her. Yeah, then in this way we have tried to glorify the unlimited. Ganga Devi has unlimited glories, and just as we said, that we took one handful of her glories and tried to offer it back to Ganga Devi. And in that way we pray honestly and eagerly that she can bless us with more and more opportunities to be engaged in the divine service of our Guru Varga. And in this way really we can make our life successful and finally reach our main destination, which are the Lotus Feet of Sree Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So thank you for all your time and for watching this video. And all glories to Sisi Guru and Gauranga. Nitai Gaura Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.